Hello there, this is Mr. Dunaway, and this is the next Pat Mahomes video. I believe it's part 6. I'm starting to lose track. Anyway, this is another fun video, I hope, because we get to bring logos in. This gets a little bit tricky, and I've had some issues with it doing what it's supposed to do, so bear with me if it doesn't go exactly as planned, but I'll show you a way where we're going to be able to insert logo photos into this cell in column D. That says logo. So what you will need to do is open Google Chrome, and the first team, you saw the Oakland one, we'll do that second. So I was practicing here before I started the video. What you'll want to do is go to Google search and type in Jacksonville Jaguars logo, and then click on images right there and get some choices right there. So you have all kinds of videos you can choose, or images you can choose from. I would suggest choosing something that has a background on it. I think that'll work better than one that's like this. It just has the white background, and I really like this one with the water here, so I'm gonna use that one for my image. You can click on it to get a nice big image over to the right, and then just click back to your spreadsheet. And the trick here is to go up to Insert, and under the Insert tab, you have this, it looks a little different than Microsoft Word, but it's a little camera with an arrow. If you click on that arrow and you click on Screen Clipping, it'll take you to the last site you're on when it turns gray. I believe I've shown you this trick. You just draw a box, and it'll be best if you try to make a square. It'll just work easiest for us, and it'll automatically insert that image into your spreadsheet. And if you grab the corner, you can turn that down into a square, or keep the proportion of it but make it smaller for you. Now this is where it gets a little weird. What we want to do is we want to insert it into this cell D3 and then make it stick in that cell. So this is what I found works the best. Try to make a square just a little bit bigger than your image of those column widths. It needs to be just slightly bigger, but not much, with both the length and the width. Now if you hold the mouse down and you press the Alt button, it'll snap it in there. And then if you don't like it, you can move it and move it again, hold Alt, and it should set it in there for you. Now here's where it can get a little bit tricky. What we want to do now is select the image and do a right click and go to Size and Properties. And over here on Size and Properties, we want to change Move and Size with Cells. And then click off of it, and when we do that, it should stick in the cell if you change its width. Okay, now if you grab this one right here, this is actually changing column C, so it won't look like it changes, but if you grab the right side and drag it, you'll see that kind of stretch. And then if you do the same thing with the bottom one, and this is where it was acting weird for me. It should be sticking there as well. So let me try clicking off and clicking back on, see if that works. And that's not working. Let's try clicking off here. Click the image. And I think I figured out what happened. I actually paused my recording there. If the image is smaller and has a white space in there, it wasn't grabbing it. It wasn't doing that. So try to get your shape to be a square. You can actually see the measurement. If you click on it, right now that's at 70. If I click on it there, that's 70 right there. Then if you take your image and you stretch it so it's just slightly past the cells, and then you click off and back on, and that's now got it grabbed. So if you're finding that when you stretch it, it's not stretching the image, try making your image just a little bit bigger to make sure there's no white space around it. Now when we're all said and done, we will make them all squares there, but that's kind of the trick between to get those logos in there. So let's try it for the Raiders now, and then I will let you experiment with it on your own. So it'll work. It might just take a little bit of troubleshooting there on your end. The next team that the Chiefs played was the Oakland Raiders. So again, make sure images is selected. And the one I liked there was this one right here. That's kind of cool. Kind of a rustic, retro looking image there. So go back to your spreadsheet, insert. You can pick a different one if you'd like, but again, having a background on there is going to make it look better for you. So go to screen clipping, let it happen, and then again, try to, this one it seems a little bit longer than it is wide. That's all right. So bring it down to size, and then slide it up there. And we were what, 70 by 70, so let's try making that about 70 there. That's close enough. And then again, just stretch it so it touches the cell edges. You don't want it to go over the cells or it's going to bleed over into the next cell, which I guess would be okay if it did that a little bit. And go over here and click move with cell sizes, and let's see if that does it. Okay, it's working there, and it's working there. Okay, so that's the trick. There's no need for me to do the next two for you, but that's the Baltimore Ravens and the Detroit Lions. So go on over and grab yourself a couple images. Pause the video here, and then when I return, I will have my image logos inserted in there, and then I'll show you how you can do some formatting in there if you want to at that point. So go ahead and press pause, and then get your next two images. And welcome back. So here you see the images that I input in there, and if I stretch my column D, you can see that all of the images are connected there. And then if I stretch my rows, they're all connected there as well. So as far as the width of the row goes, it doesn't matter if it's perfectly square, like the Baltimore Ravens logo is better if it's more rectangular. So the only thing is you're stuck with a fixed size there at column D, which is, mine is, well, I had it huge there. I think I had them around, we could try 80, see how that is there. So, and then if you want a square, just get the other pixel size to match. Like the Jacksonville one works pretty good as a square, but the Oakland one might be better, a little bit longer tall for mine. And the Ravens is better to be a little more narrow. So there you have logos in there. Now the other cool thing we can do with these logos is put formatting on it. So let's go to Jacksonville, go to format, and we can pick any of the formatting things up here. If you want to turn it into a circle, that's kind of cool. There, if you want to put kind of a rounded border on it, that's gives it kind of a three-dimensional look on it. Again, find one you like. Border, that's kind of obnoxious. I don't really like that one. Again, a lot of these are, the frames may not work well because they're so thick. You actually can change the size of the frames. If you wanted a frame and then you go over to picture border weight, you can actually make that frame style smaller there if you want that, but I really don't want to do that. If you want to put some kind of weird angle on it. But I'll tell you one that I thought was cool. If you go over to, I think, was it over here? Here you could add some, turn it into some interesting grayscale kind of looks if you wanted to, but I got that border on there that I don't really care for. Or a kind of, that'd be like a negative type of a look there, or recolor it. But what also is cool is under artistic effects, there you can pixelate it. That's kind of cool for the Jacksonville one as well. What else do we have here? Do we have glow effects in here? I don't see the glow effects. Somewhere there's glow effects that are really, really cool looking. If you want to just put soft edges on it, you can. Around the edge. Can't see it right now because I have a different formatting on it. So just experiment with the different things. I don't like that pixelated one. So let's go back, see if I can make it regular. That's better. Let's check out the Oakland one here. Let's see what we can do with it. One that I mentioned a second ago is the glow effect, which is pretty cool, and that is under Picture Effects Glow. You can put, see that glow I put around it right there. That's kind of cool. Oakland Raiders again. I don't know. That might be cool with that, or even just soft edges around that would be kind of cool as well. So go down to each image and just try. I want you to try different effects or format styles. You can do color effects, and I do believe that if you want to start over, I believe if you go here to reset picture, just go reset, it'll take you back to the original image you had there. So go ahead and experiment with some of the different effects you can do, and just make them look cool. All right, and that's going to wrap up this video. So have some fun with that formatting, and we'll see you in the next video.